Welcome to It's Our Year Sports. We had an amazing second round of NFL playoffs, probably the best second round or any round of NFL playoffs that I've personally ever seen. All four games were pretty awesome, but we are going to start talking about the Patriots defeating the Texans.
I thought the Texans would make it closer, and it's the same old Texan story. You get to the goal line, and you don't even show the running back on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. I can't tell you how many times that they took Arian Foster out of the game themselves. So if they had just kept Arian in the game, they would have had a much closer game. So it's unfortunate, but half this town gave up on them, 4 days ago. So it's not really brutal down here. You'd think it'd be more devastating.
Well, yeah, Hamed, you are actually in the Houston area, Houston itself. So what's all the talk in Houston looking like today? How depressed is everyone?
No, nobody cares. Everyone gave up on the team 4 days ago. I mean, you have radio announcers that try to pump people up. So it's one of the most pathetic sports cities in America. It's very fickle. So everyone gave up on the team beforehand because that's what the nation did. So.
Okay, good. Adi, what did you take away?
Before I get into it, I really want to know how you're settling your bet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, for those of you who may have missed the original segment, Hamed and I agreed on a 9-point line. Well, we both thought the Patriots would win. He thought it was going to be a little closer. It turned out that the actual line was actually 10, so I guess I was actually getting a break, but I think the Patriots ended up winning by 13. So I think we decided, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hamed, it was that I now get to take Kelly Kapowski to prom, and you actually have to wash my gym shorts.
Yeah, somehow I think the more embarrassing
Challenge is going to be getting.
I got swindled into a 9-point line when Vegas had 10. So.
All right, well, you're gonna have to send me your address after this because you've got some gym shorts coming in the mail.
I thought this game was going to be a blowout, and it turned out to be a blowout. Houston tried to bring it back in the end, but, I mean, you don't give Brady 2 weeks to prepare for you unless your name ends with Manning. You just – everybody knew this was going to happen. All I heard all week was about how I think my favorite line right before the game started was about how Houston was afraid of the Patriots, but how that's a good thing because fear is a great motivator. But that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you're afraid of a team, you're clearly not going to play as well as you should. So they played scared from what I saw, and I think in the opening kickoff, the fact that they didn't return it for a touchdown and they settled for a field goal, that just set the tone all wrong. And that's a testament to the Patriots' hustle, is the fact that they didn't give up on that kickoff. They chased him down, whereas the majority of the
whoa. That kicker, I believe the kicker on that play, that was a leg whip on that play. And then you have a drop ball. The game could have been completely different, but you can't blame the Texans. Like, yeah, they dropped the ball, but the opportunities were there. But that kicker did have a leg whip on that play. That should have been a 15-yard.
I don't think that was a leg whip as much as it was an ankle break. Like, the kicker literally broke his ankle on that
But
play.
when was the last time you saw that? When was the last time you saw a leg whip in the NFL?
It's a good question.
Matt Schaub sucks. I don't care what the stat line says. He played scared, like you said. He's awful. And I think that if Houston doesn't reconsider Schaub and actually doesn't reconsider a few things, that they're just going to keep reliving this season over and over. I think it might even be so identical that it's just that every year they win the division, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals at home in a wild card game, and then they're just going to get dropped by whoever they play next. I also thought it was kind of funny that the AFC playoffs this year were the exact same 4 teams in the divisional round as last year, and the same 2 teams advanced, even though last year it was the 2 opposite teams beating the other ones. Also, Brady won his 17th playoff game, so he's officially pretty much the greatest quarterback of all time. I think he was tied with Joe Montana at 16 for number 1, and now he's number 1 all by himself with playoff victories. So if he goes ahead and if he wins a Super Bowl, I think if he's got 4 Super Bowls and the most playoff wins, I don't know how you could argue against him being the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't know. I'm starting to get tempted about taking the Ravens next week just because Gronkowski got hurt, which is a huge deal for the Patriots. I know they learned how to play without him kind of since he's been a little bit of an injury case, but This Ray Lewis magic might be stronger than we think.
Can I say something about Baltimore? Keep your mouth shut.